The Kim Sun-ja case, South Korea's most chilling female serial killer. When you think of serial killers, who comes to mind? Perhaps names like Ted Bundy or Jeffrey Dahmer. Men. Violent, obsessed, deranged. That's the image the media has fed us for decades. But in 1980s South Korea, there lived a woman who didn't fit that image. She wasn't hiding in dark alleys. She wasn't chasing victims at night. She lived in a quiet neighborhood. She was a mother, a wife, a friend. And yet, she killed at least 5 people. Most of them people who trusted her. All of them people she knew. Her name was Kim Sun-ja, and her weapon of choice was tea. This is not just a story about murder. It's a story about debt, greed, manipulation, and how evil can wear a familiar face. Chapter 1: The Mask of Ordinary. To those who knew her, Kim Sun-ja was nothing out of the ordinary. She lived in Seoul's Shindong-dong neighborhood, just another middle-aged woman trying to get by. But behind her calm appearance, her life was spiraling out of control. She was drowning in debt, millions of won owed to neighbors, friends, even her own family. She had no stable income, but she still liked the finer things in life: clothes, jewelry, nightclubs, and gambling. So instead of paying people back, she began eliminating them. Chapter 2: The First Kill, Just a Test. On October 31st, 1986, she invited a neighbor to a local bathhouse. In Korean culture, bathhouses, or jjimjilbang, are communal spaces where people bathe, steam, and relax. They're places of trust, comfort, and routine. After their bath, while changing in the dressing room, Kim handed her friend a small bottle of sanghwatang, a dark herbal tonic Koreans drink for energy and health. It looked harmless, but inside it was laced with cyanide. Moments after drinking it, the woman collapsed. Foam formed at her mouth. Her eyes rolled back. She died instantly, but no one suspected foul play. Doctors blamed heart failure. There was no autopsy, and Kim walked away clean. To her, it was just a test, to see if the poison worked. Now she was ready for more. Chapter 3: The Bus Murders. 5 months later, in April 1987, Kim targeted another woman, an old friend and fellow member of a women's club. She owed this woman money too. Kim suggested they meet someone who could help them get funds. They boarded a city bus near Seoul Station. While riding, Kim handed her friend a drink. She drank it. Within minutes, she convulsed and collapsed, dead on the spot. The police again dismissed it as natural causes. Another mysterious death on public transit. Another clean escape. And so, Kim kept going. Chapter 4: Close Calls and Cold Hearts. In February 1988, Kim lured yet another neighbor out. She owed her money too. On their way to meet a supposed contact, Kim gave her a cup of tea. The woman felt ill, nausea, stomach pain, dizziness. But she didn't die. She refused a second drink. Instead, she asked to go home. Kim, realizing something had gone wrong, showed up the next day with cash, pretending everything was fine. The woman survived, but she had no idea how close she came to death until much later. Chapter 5: Killing Her Own Family. By now, Kim wasn't just targeting friends and neighbors. She turned to her own blood. On March 27, 1988, Kim traveled with her father to a relative's birthday party. On their way back, she offered him a health drink. He drank it. Minutes later, he collapsed and died on the bus. No one suspected murder. He was elderly. His daughter was by his side. They assumed his heart gave out. He was cremated. No autopsy. And just 1 month later, Kim struck again. This time, it was her younger sister. Kim owed her over 10 million won, roughly $10,000. On April 29th, they visited a park and rode the bus home together. Kim gave her a drink. She drank it. Witnesses described what happened next. The sister began to convulse, her body shaking violently. She cried out in pain. And Kim? She just sat there, expressionless. She didn't help. She didn't scream. Instead, she calmly collected her sister's purse and car keys and left. Later that night, she went to her sister's home and stole jewelry, cash, and valuables worth nearly $7,000. The coldness, the calculation, it shocked everyone once the truth came out. Chapter 6, The Final Victim and the Break. In August 1988, Kim targeted a distant relative. They weren't close, but he had money. She said she needed funds to buy a house. He agreed to help. She wrote up a contract. They boarded a bus. She gave him a drink. And again, he died, right there on the bus. But this time, police were watching. A detective from Yongsan police station had started connecting the dots. So many people dying suddenly. And Kim Soon-ja was always nearby. He ordered an autopsy, and what they found changed everything. Chapter 7, The Evidence Hiding in Plain Sight. The autopsy revealed cyanide poisoning. Now, police had enough to investigate. They searched Kim's house. At first, they found nothing. Then a female officer went into the bathroom. There, inside a small crack in the wall, she found a bundle wrapped in newspaper. Inside was 20 grams of cyanide, enough to kill dozens of people. Kim was arrested immediately. They also exhumed the bodies of her past victims. Despite the months underground, cyanide still showed up in their tissue. There was no doubt anymore. Chapter 8, Trial, Denial, and Death. In court, Kim denied everything. She never confessed, not once, even when shown the evidence, even when survivors testified, even when her own daughter later told police she had overheard suspicious conversations. She stuck to her story. I'm innocent. The court didn't buy it. In 1989, she was sentenced to death for 5 murders and 1 attempted murder. And on December 30th, 1997, her sentence was carried out. Along with 22 other prisoners, Kim Soon-ja was executed by hanging. To this day, she remains one of South Korea's most notorious criminals. Epilogue. Why did she do it? Experts still debate her motives. Was it just about money, or was it something darker? Some believe she had narcissistic or histrionic personality traits, that she enjoyed the attention, that she felt powerful, playing God over life and death. She never showed guilt, never asked for forgiveness. She simply ended lives when it suited her. Her case left a scar on South Korean society, not just because of the deaths, but because of how normal she looked, how she smiled, how she earned trust, then shattered it. It reminds us that evil doesn't always look like evil. Sometimes it smiles, sometimes it offers you tea, and sometimes it sits next to you on the bus.